have a riddle for you. How do you go from first lady to first new healthy sports drink line? Yes, you do it with Michelle Obama.
Oh.
I know, I know. So, Michelle Obama is the founder of a company called Plessy Nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
They are now coming out with their third product, and we'll go into the other two later,
Okay.
called Plessy Hydration. Their goal is to now make a healthier for you Gatorade. Okay. Now, first, I just want to mention, do we have to keep making healthier versions of things? Okay. Because I know it's all the rage right now to have like healthier soda that supports gut health. So now we're going to take sports drinks and make them healthy, which is kind of, silly in my mind, because when you think about it, the people that are drinking sports drinks are athletes. How much healthier do they need to get? I'm just saying. I mean, I want to know if there's a study out there that shows what the percentage of healthy people that drink sports drinks is. Like, is there, I mean, yes, I am actually drinking a Powerade right now. I don't necessarily know that I am the target market for Powerade, but with sinus season and all the good stuff, I am trying to drink a little better. But like, is there a huge amount of people that just like the taste of sports drinks that don't like sports?
Huh. I don't know.
I'm just saying. So, anywho's, this new beverage is going to come in three possible flavors: lemon
Okay.
lime, done,
Standard.
tropical punch, they all have that one,
Yep.
and then orange mango twist. This is the first of the quote unquote innovation I'm seeing, because I like mango, so I could
Okay.
do it.
Yeah. Same.
But here's the kicker: this new sports drink is going to basically have half the sugar,
Okay.
half the sodium, and 7 times the potassium of Gatorade. Okay? So, my first thought is this is going to be not sweet banana water, tasting like a mango. Tasting like a mango.
Banana mango.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
boy.
yeah. So to give you some side by side here. Okay. So the Plessy hydration is going to have 120 milligrams of sodium
Okay.
versus 230. Now, I am not a hydration expert, but I was under the impression the whole point of Gatorade is the electrolytes and the sodium. So by cutting the sodium, is that cutting the hydration?
I too am not a hydration expert, but a similar question.
Okay.
And like
Now,
people who, well, I have the questions.
yeah. So they're going to up the potassium,
Mm-hmm.
which, I mean, potassium keeps you from having leg cramps and stuff like that. So that's good. It's going to have 500 milligrams of potassium versus only 70 milligrams. That sounds like a lot, but an average banana has about 358. So that's where I'm going with the banana water thing. And then it's going to have 12 grams of sugar versus 28 grams of sugar.
Okay.
Now, I am under the impression that in order to make sports drinks taste good and counteract the whole salty problem, is you got to make it sweet. So, by lessening the salt, it makes sense to not put as much sugar in.
Yeah, that's kind of a one to one. You know what I mean? Like if you take the salt down a notch, then taking the sugar down is an easy one. But like, I mean, 500 milligrams. Okay, so like some people don't realize that potassium is fat soluble, which means your body stores potassium. It's stored in your fat. So water soluble vitamins, like you get too much vitamin C, you pee it right out. But fat soluble vitamins like potassium, you actually can have too much of, and it can be real bad. So like we start to run into an issue of there's people who, what if they're drinking 2 of these a day long term? Like,
Exactly.
I feel
Are
like
they going to
that could,
OD on this extra potassium? And
I
it's
don't
funny you
know.
mentioned vitamin C, because they're going to go ahead and throw in a full daily dose of vitamin C, so that way they can go ahead and put that this drink supports immune health. And
Dumb.
I really feel like this is they grabbed some of like the big buzzwords, like, ooh, we need potassium. Ooh, we need immune health. And they just, you know what I mean? It's just, it's comical to
Yeah.
me. But when you look at their other two products. Okay, so Plezi Nutrition previously came out with, they had let's see here. They had a carbonated fruit drink called Plezi Fizz,
Ooh.
and then they had a fruit juice like beverage called Plezi Kids. Okay? Now, this company's only been up and running since 2023, but I can tell you I've never heard of either one of these. And so they tried a fruit drink, which sounds very similar to a healthier for you soda. They've tried a better juice, and so far those haven't taken off. So let's do a better sports drink, because that'll be the ticket.
That part. Also, just to clarify, apparently the limit of milligrams in a day is 4,700 for potassium. So it's safe unless you're drinking like 12 of these. But like, at least that's not a concern. So I just at least wanted to put that out there that we're not like, it's going to poison you. It's not going to poison you. Unless
Okay, well,
it's in the
well,
dose.
because the poison is in the dose, so it's always
Right.
good to know what the dose is. But I will say that Obama is not the only star-studded kicker here.
Ooh.
They have teamed up with NBA star Stephen Curry and his wife Aisha. The Currys are not only co-founders of this new Plezi hydration, they will also be working as brand ambassadors for the product. And they supposedly contributed their expertise, passion for health and wellness. Oh, good golly. It always gets me because, why does everything have to be the healthier version? You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with what we have? And it was interesting because they put a statement out saying we're excited to provide a delicious, healthier option for everyone who's trying to get active and stay hydrated. So it doesn't even quite, their ethos doesn't quite make sense. Okay. Now, if they had said that they are targeting gigantic fat people who don't currently exercise but who drink a lot of sports drinks, then maybe this makes sense.
Because I mean, you're not wrong, but like, I mean, in the way that people who are highly active and trying to stay hydrated aren't always really looking at the sugars of things. Maybe they are. I don't know. So maybe if they're like, darn, if only my Gatorade or Powerade had less sugar in it, and then this comes along and they're like, whoopee! But also water.
Yeah. But, and then too, like this one's a Powerade Zero. Okay. There are plenty of options that don't include sugar. So if calories were an issue, there you go. I
Right.
guess this is for the people that calories are not necessarily the issue, but the sugar itself, they don't want artificial sweeteners, maybe. I'm just saying that I
I
feel
can see
like
that.
maybe they don't know who their target is.
It does. It does feel a little
Forced.
wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to capture an audience, but maybe not fully understanding who that audience is. That was a lot of high-pitched question mark. But yeah,
Well,
I can
and
see
like
that.
their previous targets were children and tweens and teens. But now this one is, they even say that this is aimed at a wide range of consumers. But I don't think they know who they're targeting. I think they just want to put out a product and make a little money. They're not really sure who they're targeting. So let us know down below. Did you think, like, were you looking for the healthier sports drink? Like, was that a concern? Is that on your bingo card? Let us know down below.